Geez, with a title like that, you can really tell I haven't made a video in a while. That's just awful. So because that title's so bad, you're probably thinking to yourself, Redkwan, what is this video supposed to be? I only understand titles that are in question form. Well, it's sort of a combination of a few different questions that come up for me now that Nintendo is listening to their fans more. First of all, why is this happening? Second of all, is it good that it's happening? Yes, I am that petty to complain that Nintendo might be listening to what their fans want too much. And finally, what does this mean for the direction of Nintendo going forward? What can we expect in terms of the types of games and types of systems we're going to be getting in the future now that Nintendo is doing more of what their fans are asking for? Hello all 2,130 of you, I'm Redkwan, and I already said what I'm talking about and it took a really long time, so I'm not going to say it again. So first of all, how do we know that Nintendo is listening to their fans more? Well, let's just take a look at what they've done over the past few years and on the Switch. People wanted a new, less linear Zelda, and we got Breath of the Wild. People wanted Mario to return to a more open type of Mario, and we got Super Mario Odyssey. People wanted Mario Party to get rid of that stupid thing where everybody rides in a car, and they took it out because it was stupid. You can find something like this for pretty much every recent Nintendo game. Even the existence of some things like Metroid Prime 4 are probably the result of Nintendo listening to what their fans want more than they used to. These changes aren't the types of things Nintendo would have done 5 years ago. Yes, I know Breath of the Wild was in development for a long time. These changes aren't the types of things Nintendo would have done 10 years ago. Even through most of the Wii U's life, Nintendo made the games they wanted to make, largely disregarding what the people who played their games thought about it. But now I think it's pretty clear that Nintendo is largely basing their decisions off what fans want to see. But is this really a good thing? It certainly seems like it, but I like to constantly complain about things, so maybe not. I don't know where this is going. So obviously, it's good that Nintendo is listening to their fans more than, say, not at all. This way we probably won't get any more major debacles like Amiibo Festival. Thanks, Nintendo, but I prefer my Animal Crossing games to be not this. Oh man! And it also means games can go in new directions when they need to, keep doing what they're doing if it's working, and we might see the returns of popular series that Nintendo might not have revisited otherwise, like Metroid Prime. And that stuff is definitely good for everyone involved. Fans get the games they want, and Nintendo is more successful because of it. But there are some downsides to this too. First off, the more you listen to what the fans want, the less room there is for original ideas. Now, I'm not saying that Nintendo doesn't do anything creative or original anymore, and there are certainly still times when they do something that nobody's asking for, like Ring Fit Adventure, but I do feel like the Switch has lost a little bit of something that past Nintendo systems have had. For most people, having Nintendo listen to their fans more is probably still a good thing, but I do think there's something about the Switch that doesn't feel quite as much like Nintendo. And I really think it all traces back to Nintendo listening to what their fans want more. Redkwan, you're being pretty vague here, bucko. Okay. Well, here's what I'm thinking, right? Nintendo's games on the Switch seem to have lost a little bit of their Nintendo-ness. Again, not necessarily a bad thing, but I think there's definitely a difference between these games and games on past Nintendo consoles. Breath of the Wild is a big open Zelda game like fans wanted, but it goes for a much more realistic gameplay style than the more wacky style of past Zeldas, and it ends up feeling closer to other open world games than it does to Zelda games. Mario Odyssey was what fans were asking for another Mario game like Mario 64, but again, it doesn't feel so much like a Mario game anymore as it does something like an old 3D collectathon. Maybe these are the natural progressions of the series, and maybe them not feeling like Zelda and Mario is sort of the point they were trying to make. And it doesn't matter anyways because they're good games. Or maybe people actually do think they still totally feel like old Zeldas and Marios, I really don't know. But at the very least, I think these games are a little less Nintendo-y than others. And I think most games on the Switch feel this way too. As long as they're good games, maybe none of this matters. But I do think it has the potential to cause Nintendo games going forward to have fewer of the original concepts and unique, wacky ideas that made Nintendo such a fun company in the first place. Fans are only really going to ask for things they've liked in the past, or things they've seen in other non-Nintendo games, so if Nintendo goes more and more off of what these fans are asking for, we might see fewer of the new, game-changing ideas Nintendo's always been known for. Man, I have too much time on my hands. So Nintendo listens to their fans more now, I think. We've been getting more of the games we've wanted that play closer to the ways we wanted them to. This has helped the Switch to become a runaway success, and some of the Switch's games that have gone in the directions people have asked for have been some of Nintendo's best received games in a long time. But it might also be starting to make Nintendo's games feel less unique and Nintendo-y, which might be fine for some people, but I think it would be a shame to lose some of the originality of one of the few major video game companies that actually tries to do anything original anymore. But if you disagree, I just want to say for the record that I just complain about a lot of things that don't matter / don't exist, which makes me really cool. Well, I'm Redkwan. Do you think Nintendo listens to their fans more than they used to? Do you think it's a good thing? Do you think this video was stupid and pointless and very poorly done? Feel free to roast me about my awful video making abilities in the comments because I totally deserve it. Anyways, I'm Redkwan, thank you all for watching, and I'll hopefully see you all later. Goodbye.